Yes, ma'am.
So, children, we were talking about sources. So, what do you mean by sources?
Anything that
Anything
gives
that
information.
gives information about the past.
Yes, any things which gives information about the past. So here, children, we were discussing about the sources which provides informations to the historians to connect history. So the historians, they want to connect the events which was happened in the past. Okay, so sources, it helps historians to connect the events. So many sources are there. What are the examples for sources? Manuscripts, inscriptions, yeah, coins. All these things provide valuable information to our historians. And one such source of information about the colonial period, okay, about India, okay, India under the colonial administration. So that was the administrative records of the Britishers. Okay, so why do the Britishers why do they prefer to preserve all these documents?
The
Yes.
writing was important.
Yes. Okay. The Britishers believed that art of writing, okay, which is an important thing. So what they have done?
And they preserve them in
Yeah,
archives.
they have written up, okay, they have written about all major plans, policies, agreement, decisions. Okay, so what means what the activities that was there or happened in each and every department of the government, okay, of the government departments, they all written it neatly, and also they have preserved it well. Is it, children?
Yes.
Okay. How do they preserve it? Gopika Shankar? How do they preserve all these written documents?
Record rooms and
Yeah, they
museums
establish
and
record
archives.
rooms. Okay, they set up record rooms in each and every department. That means Tahsildar's office, secretariat, collectorate. Okay, in all government institutions, they established record rooms attached to each and every institutions. Okay, then what are specialized institutions, Ms. Yad?
Yes, ma'am.
Which are the specialized institution that was being established by the Britishers? His video, it's become off. Karthik, can you tell me?
Yes, ma'am.
The specialized institutions which was established by the Britishers to preserve these documents.
They build record rooms in all
Yeah.
In all institutions.
Yes.
And in the big institutions like museum.
Yeah. Archives and
museum.
Okay, archives and museums were established to preserve these documents. Okay, Karthik, good. Okay, so children, the Britishers, they believed in the art of writing. All major decision taken by the government department, okay, about a plan, about a particular policy, about the decisions, agreement, everything they have written up clearly, and they preserved it. Okay, they established record rooms to keep all these documents, and also they established specialized institutions like archives and museum. Tell me some example. Anna?
Yes, ma'am.
Anna?
The National Archives of India.
Yeah.
The National Museum of India.
Museum, okay, which were located in Delhi. Okay, Viceregal Palace. So they established this museum, okay, to keep or to preserve these documents. Okay, is it clear, children? And you know, children, by the middle of, when at the beginning of the 19th century, the calligraphists, who were calligraphists?
People who are good at writing.
Yes, beautiful handwriting. Okay, so they were started to record, or they were started to copy all these records, memos. Okay, they produced a different administrative culture. Till that time, there was no such procedure for the Indians to keep or to preserve all these records. So the Britishers, they produced a different administrative culture like memos, notices, then reports. Okay, so they all have written it very well, and also they preserved it well. And by the middle of the 19th century, printing press was invented. Okay, so multiple copies of these written documents was printed. So this provide a valuable source of information to the historians to connect the events of history. Is it clear to you, dear children? Is there any doubt in any of the points? Okay, so shall we move to the next topic?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Okay, children, so the official record of the British administration, it provides information about India when it was under the Britishers. They believed in the art of writing. Every instructions, policies, decisions, agreement, everything they have clearly written up, and they also give importance to preserve this document. So they set up record rooms attached to all administrative institutions, and also specialized institutions like archives and museums were established. The National Archives of India 1920s and National Museum, which was located in Delhi. Okay, so this shows how important, okay, was given by the Britishers to preserve all these documents. So once this is done, that means once they have written and if they preserve all these documents, it would be easy for these people to study about it. Okay, that was the reason behind this. And early 19th century, these old documents were copied. Okay, it is being copied by calligraphists specialized in the art of beautiful writing. One such example is given in this picture. And by the middle of the 19th century, printing press was invented. So multiple copies of these reports, of these all records, was printed during that time. Clear? Okay, so children, another important method, okay, adopted by the Britishers, this is about surveys. Okay, do you know, children, what do you mean by survey? Have you heard about survey?
Some kind of way.
To
Question.
get more information about a particular
Activities we do to get more information.
yes, you know, children, like just searching information about a particular thing. So surveys, it become common under the Britishers. Okay, because the Britishers thought that a country could be properly known before it could be, then only they could administer it effectively. Okay, a country, it should be properly known before. Okay, then only they can administer that country effectively. Okay, so surveying was held, okay, in India to map the entire country. What do you mean by to map the entire country? That means to know, yes, to know about the area, to measure the areas, to know more about that particular place or country. Okay, so in villages, revenue surveys were held. Revenue surveys were held or conducted in villages to know about the topography. What do you mean by topography? Topography, landforms, about the landforms, And about the soil quality, about the soil quality of, the quality of the soil, that means fertile or not fertile. Okay, so to know about the quality of the soil. Then flora and fauna. What do you mean by flora and fauna?
Animals and plants.
Yes. Okay, to know better, means to know better about the plants and the animals, local history of that particular area, and the cropping pattern, the crops which are produced in that particular village or area. So to know about better about all these things, revenue surveys were held in the villages by the Britishers. And you know, children, they have kept a record of all these surveys in detail. So this also provide a lot of information to the historians to know about history. Okay, so surveys, it was common under the Britishers, and it is a process of measure the land to know something about an area. Okay, so during the British, means colonial time, the Britishers, okay, they conducted surveys to map the entire country. In villages, revenue surveys were held to know about the topography, the landforms, about the land, about the soil, to know the quality of the soil, about the plants or animals of that particular area, the local history of that area, and also the cropping pattern, that means the production of the crops and all. Okay, so to know it better, the Britishers, they conducted surveys. Okay, then here you can see a mapping and survey operation that was in Bengal, which was held held in Bengal. And this was a drawing by James Prinsep in the year 1832. Here you can see, children, that picture is given in the textbook. Do I need to zoom it? Here you can see the things which they used to map or to measure the area. Did you see it somewhere? Can you see this?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. The instruments or the things which are used to survey the area or land. That's why. Then census. Okay, and census was held in every 10 years. What do you mean by census?
Popularity.
Yes, about
survey.
the survey, means it's a official counting of the people or the number of the people who lived in that particular area, their age, then education, religion, then caste. Okay, to know all these details, surveys are held by the Britishers every 10 years. Okay, there was a fixed interval. Every 10 years, census were held in India to get an exact number of the people or the number of people who lived in that particular area, their caste, religion, education, to know all these details. And there was other surveys also, okay, were held, not only revenue surveys in villages, botanical survey. What do you mean by botanical survey? Botany?
Plants.
Yes. To know something better about the plants, zoological survey. Animals. Yes, animals. Archaeological survey. What do you mean by archaeological survey?
From the place where all the
Old.
sources are
Yes,
located.
the remains. Okay, means to give more information, like the historians are conducting. So the archaeological survey, Anthropological survey, you know, children, it is about human nature, human culture. Okay, so anthropological survey means to know about the behavior and culture of the people, those who live in that particular locality. That is anthropological survey. Forest surveys. So these all types of surveys were conducted or held by the Britishers, and they preserved details. Okay, preserved the details regarding all these surveys, and that was means that become a major source of information for our historians to know about colonial India. Okay. Then, you know, children, the Britishers, they collected plant specimens. What do you mean by plant specimen? Specimen means what?
Productive parts.
Means the species of different plants for scientific study. Okay, they prefer to study the plants, about the plants, and they collected these plant specimens and information about their uses, about the uses of some plants. Here you can see the picture of a custard apple plant. Okay, and local artists were asked to draw the picture of these specimens, of these special plants. Okay, so that also a major source of information for our historians. So in this place, note it down, children, in 1770, botanical gardens and natural history museums were also established by the Britishers to preserve all these details. They have collected plant specimens and information about the uses of these plants, and also they draw pictures of these specimens. So the British, they collected plant specimens and information about their uses. Local artists were asked to draw the pictures of these specimens. Then let me just revise the points which we have discussed. See, children, so under the Britishers, the practice of survey, it become important under the Britishers. They believed that, because they believed that a country should be effectively known before, then only they can administer it effectively. So surveys were held to map the entire country.
On your videos.
Yeah, sorry. So surveys were held to map the entire country, and in villages, okay, in villages, revenue surveys were held, okay, to know the topography, soil quality, flora and fauna, about the history, local history, and the cropping pattern, the production of the certain crops. So to know it better, they conducted revenue surveys and also census to know much about the people, their age, their religion, their occupation. Okay, so to know about the population, to know about the people. Okay, so census were held in every 10 years. Then they kept a record of all these information or all these details. Then not only revenue surveys, other surveys like botanical survey, zoological survey, archaeological survey. Okay, so these all surveys were held regularly, and also they kept a detailed information regarding of all these details. So this would become a major source of information about colonial people. Okay, and they collected plant specimens. They made some plants for scientific study, and also they gathered information about their uses, the uses of certain plants, and also they asked local artists to draw the picture of these plant specimens. And in 1770, botanical garden and natural history museums were established to preserve these details. Children, is there any doubt? Do I need to clear any of the points which we have discussed now? Tell me, Viziyat? Few people are facing any network issue, or please inform me. Viziyat, tell me, Afridi, turn on your video, Afridi. Rinan?
Plants, animals,
About?
plants, animals,
Then?
people's age,
Survey? What do you mean by census? Tell me. What is census?
and taking information every 10 years.
Every 10 years. Okay, about the people, those who lived in a particular area. Okay, that is meant by census. Their schooling, their religion, caste, and okay, Faizan. So the different types of surveys were held under the Britishers. That is, here's some problem with this scan. That is botanical survey, archaeological survey, revenue surveys were held in villages. Okay, and they gathered.
Anthropology.
Fridi?
What is anthropology?
About human culture. Okay, means the people, those who lived in particular area, their culture, their diversity, all these things. So that is anthropological survey. Then forest surveys, about forest. Okay, so these all surveys were being held by the Britishers to know much about India. What was the reason? What was the reason behind all these surveys?
And to keep a record of everything.
They want to know, they want to know about India. Okay, they wanted to control India. They wanted to hold their power over India. So they want to know.
And they needed to know everything about the country and to keep a record.
Yeah. Okay, so that was the intention behind these surveys, and they preserved the details regarding all these surveys, so that provide a lot of information to our historians. Okay, clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so we are moving to the last portion of this chapter. Till what time we have class? 10:30?
10:30.
Yes, ma'am.
10:30, ma'am.
Okay. So children, so this mainly, children, this all records gives information about what the officials were talked. Okay, that means apart from these official records by the Britishers, there are other source of information, okay, that are available. That is mainly diaries of the people. The people, they have written their daily events, so that that also, okay, it become a major or it provide a lot of information. So the historians are depending all these things. The diaries of the people means the people, those who have written their daily events about the culture, okay, about to know about some things. The historians are depending the diaries of the people, accounts of pilgrims and travelers. What do you mean by pilgrims and travelers? Pilgrims,
Religious.
Religious traveling.
the saints, yes, those who preach religion. So for that, they were traveling from one place to another. Okay, so the description or the written evidences of these pilgrims and the travelers, those who are traveling, exploring the country. Okay, so from all this, Ashwin is joining from 3 devices. So the accounts of these pilgrims and travelers that also provide a lot of information. Autobiographies of important personalities. Autobiography means?
And what about their life?
Life of one person. Okay, when a person, when he wrote about himself. So the autobiography of important personalities. Popular booklets that were sold in the local bazaars. Local bazaars means local markets. Some books were being sold. And the newspapers. When printing press was invented, newspapers were published, and the issues were debated in the public. And leaders and reformers wrote to spread their ideas. And when we were under the Britishers, there were many leaders and many reformers. What do you mean by reformers? Reformers, those who wanted to reform the society. What do you mean by reform?
Ma'am, people who want to change the society.
Okay, yes, good. So the people, those who wanted to change the society, reform the society. Okay, so can you tell me an example? Have you heard about Raja Ram Mohan Roy?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, he was a reformer. Okay, so the accounts or the the written details of these reformers and our leaders, those who fight for India. Okay,
Ma'am,
so
Mahatma Gandhi is a reformer,
yes,
right?
yes. Okay, so from the accounts of all these leaders and the reformers, so their idea means they have written some detailed things to spread their ideas, and they circulated many articles, journals, pamphlets to circulate their ideas. So these all provides information about the things which was happened during the time of the Britishers. Poets and the novelists wrote to express their feeling. That means that many poets were there who supported the Indian people against the Britishers. Then novelists, many novels were published during that time to encourage nationalism or to promote unity among the Indians.
I'm like Rabindranath Tagore.
Rabindranath Tagore. Then Nila Darpan, the indigo. I have to told you about indigo was compelled. Means these farmers were compelled to produce indigo. So one such novel was written as Nila Darpan that expressed the misery of the Indian farmers. Okay, so many novels and poems. It has been written by many of these artists. So they wanted to express their feelings, or they wanted to inculcate a spirit of unity among the Indian people. So apart from this written documents or the survey reports by the Britishers, these all things, okay, provides information about the past. That is the diaries of the people, the travelers, those who are traveling from one country to another country, autobiographies of important personalities. We talked about Om Prakash Valmiki, his autobiography. Okay, so many people has written their life experiences, then popular books that was circulated among the people, newspapers. That time printing press was invented, newspapers was published. It was debated among the public, the news and the things, facts, leaders and the reformers like Mahatma Gandhi, Subhash Chandra Bose, reformers like Rajaram Mohan Roy and all. So they all, Subramanya Bharati. Okay, so these all leaders try to spread their ideas, circulate their ideas among the people. So that also give information. Poets and the novelists. Okay, many poets and novelists, they try to promote equality or to try to inculcate a spirit of unity among the Indian people. So these all sources provides information about the things, okay, during that time. Then what officials do not tell, okay, that we will discuss on the next class, only one point, but that means the life of the tribals and the peasants, the common people or the ordinary people, that is being not described in all these details. You can see the picture here. So how the people, the ordinary people or the poor people lived during that colonial period, that was being most, it was not being talked. Okay, so that we will discuss. So that would be the end of this chapter that we will discuss, and we will complete it by the next class, and we will start our politics lesson, symbol lesson, constitution.